Okay, after such a long time, I'm back with streaming. A bit as a surprise, also to myself. It's not really planning it, but so much has changed. I saw. Like I've been absent for how long? Months it is. But also Twitch changed so much. Like I was so busy with studying and things like that. But if I actually, hey, the following one, that's such a long time ago. But I still remember you. But I was looking at the categories. What would happen to Twitch? Like pools, hot tubs, and beaches. ASMR became super big. Art I can. Genshin Impact. So odd. It's entirely different. Like I've been gone for I think like half a year, but so many different things. Like World of Warcraft did completely got obliterated by Final Fantasy, but I don't see it's right there. So interesting to see all these things. But for today, I wanted to just do like a very short, relaxing stream. In my off time, I've still been playing Pokemon, of course. Take that. And I wanted also to watch it the latest trailers that came out last Thursday or Wednesday. I'm not so sure about that. And I would also watch like a fun video. But before that, I wanted to play The Legend of Zelda, my first time trying it. This time I wanted to play it with like a controller because I really get annoyed with the constant disconnect with the traditional controllers that come with the Switch. I have like a little bit of a different setup, so I need to get used to that. So I can put this one off, that one on. Go like this. And I think it's most nice if I play it with a green screen. So I have two cameras this time. If you have like any feedback with the audio, if it's not good, because I needed to do everything again. So I hope everything works proper. But let's stop the music and let's try to play the game. I'm really looking forward to that. I was reading online that a lot of people get like addicted to it, that they cannot stop playing. So let's go to so like this, I think is the best. But how's it going, the Fallen one? Got to go to bed, have a good dream. No worries. Thank you. I will probably enjoy it. But sleep well in that case. It's super bright.
Open your eyes.
You have to close your eyes, the Fallen one.
Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
1:30. Yeah, it's too late. Like, sleep is pretty important. So really take your rest. Don't feel bad about it. Like, one person wakes up and the other goes to bed. Irony. Rolls. But if it were like the Olympic Games, he would not win a jumping contest. Okay. Just need to get used to this controller. These are the options. Okay. Camera sensitivity, I don't think it should be higher. With motion controls, I don't think that works with a controller. Change jump button, hot mode, normal, regular, voice language. This all seems okay. Ability, DLC. Do I need to save? Let's do it. Okay. Let's start.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
Okay. Reminds me of the Illuminati. This looks like a Nintendo Switch, like that. A mysterious tablet with a glowing center. You've never seen this device before, and yet there's something familiar about it. So, inventory. I can do something with it? Guess not. Some heat on it. Guess not. Pretty useless. Well-worn trousers. The legs are a bit too short though. Okay, great. Can I equip them? And this is probably a shirt. An old shirt. A thin shirt made long ago. It's coming apart at the seams, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Whip. Yeah, now we don't have to switch to a weird Twitch category. Keep naked. That's all. What was jumping again? Cannot even jump on this. Okay.
hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way.
Okay, show us the way. Authenticating. Sheikah slate confirmed. Material eye.
Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
Who's the voice? Look at this. If I walk in the water, I come everywhere wet. Or he suddenly sweats when he's walking in the water. It's dripping off him. Okay. Climb X. Okay. That looks pretty cool. Like Mount Doom from the Lord of the Rings. Kind of church and a guy with a stick. Tree branch. Wooden branches such as this are pretty common, but it's surprisingly well balanced. It doesn't do much damage, but can serve as a weapon in a pinch. Okay, well, better than nothing. Does it equip? Or is it already equipped? Doesn't it have equip? Attack with very good weapon. So it does auto equip. My tree branch is already damaged. Okay. Great. Sure, if you can fall down like that. There's another branch or something. Let's see what happens with that. Can it break? It can break. Yeah, let's take the mushrooms. Hylian's shroom. A common mushroom found near trees around Hyrule. Eat it and to restore half a heart. Okay. It's pretty confusing with the controller playing. Branch. What do the shoulder buttons do? Nada. Curious if there's like a cap how much you can have in your inventory. Autopilot. Okay.
Link. Head for the point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
Sure. Access your Sheikah slate. Follow the Sheikah slate. That's all? What? That's the shrine? That's us? Okay. Hey, Primal Groudon. How's it going from Belgium? Correct? There was a guy before here. I was very afraid for the man with the stick. Baked apple. Did I just steal a baked apple? Direct heat has softened and sweetened this apple. Eat it to restore 3/4 of a heart. I beg your pardon. It's an English fellow. Ah, that's nice to hear, Primal Groudon, that you're doing good. I do believe that is my baked apple. You can't just go about taking whatever you please. Forgive me, I could not resist pulling your leg. Please help yourself an apple and an open flame make for such a succulent treat. It's a bit strange to see another soul in these parts. Bye. Who are you? Me, I'll spare you my life story. I'm just an old fool who has lived here alone for quite some time now. What brings a bright-eyed young man like you to this place? Or to a place like this? It's funny that you can every time say like, bye. Where are we? Answering a question with a question, that is fair enough. As I cannot imagine our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you, this is the Great Plateau. According to the legend, this is the birthplace of the entire kingdom of Hyrule. And then he needs to stand.
Oh.
The temple there long ago, it was the site of many sacred ceremonies. Ever since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned in a state of decay. Yet another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. Very cryptic. Let's see. Can I also take his weapon? Oh, it's a torch. The torch will stay lit once ignited, but if you put it away, the flame will be extinguished until you light it again. Okay. Switch weapons. Let's try that. Set things on fire as a weapon, or how I'm going to use it. It's a secret, of course. Let's see. Well then, do as you please. There are plenty of monsters ahead of here, though remember that you can use that as a weapon if need be. However, do not just swing it around without purpose. You must face your opponents and lock your sights on them. Okay. And did you design some new cards, Primal Groudon? That's a nice weapon. It's probably too heavy for me. A woodcutter's tool choice for felling trees is a formidable weight and uneven balancing making it a slow and inefficient weapon. So we switch. Better. And I'm curious about something. Can we lit a torch like this? Yeah. Oh. Did we swing it? Good. This is attack? It's throwing, apparently. Just did. Switching weapons. We need to get used to these puzzles. It's pretty annoying. Okay. Bokoblin horn. The severed horn of Bokoblin, a creature often encountered on the plains of Hyrule, isn't edible, but it can be tossed into a stew with some critters to make an elixir. Okay. Weird. Cut down the tree. That was unintentional, to be honest. Where's the false down? Where is it? Try again. Okay, that's cool. Can I jump over it? That looks pretty cool. A Boko Club. Recruit Bokoblin's club made to clubber small prey. It's essentially a stick, so its durability is low. Let's finish it. The heart. We had some apples. That thing. Choo-choo jelly. And some apples. Mm-hmm. used to different control presets. Apple. Steak, that's better. Chest over there, beginning some barrels. Ah, that's what I killed accidentally before. Bean trousers, traditional dress trousers. High durability makes them ideal for travelers, so this is an upgrade probably. Okay. Ah, okay, so it goes from a 4 to a 2, and it went from a 2 to a 4. Okay. And how do I eat things? Ah, okay. Have. Wondering if there's side effects with eating it. Shroom. Apparently. Okay, so that were objective. Still intrigued by the church-like building. Scout the area. I'm down. Okay, there's a camp of those creatures. Skull or something like that. So it's better to put them there. B was running? Yeah. If your cinema wheel runs out, you'll be too tired to do certain actions until it fills up. That makes sense. Curious when they would see me. I do aggro them from here. Funny, he really goes for the weapons and shit. It's a sword? Traveler's sword, a very common sword, often kept by travelers to fend off small beasts. It's fairly durable but a bit unreliable against monsters. Okay, this I already discovered. And he had a shield. Bow Goblin made shield created by attaching a handhold to any flat tree bark picked up on the ground. Raise your shield. That doesn't work with this one. Okay, let's use the Nintendo Switch like Sheikah Slate again. Take your time. Sheikah Tower activated. Please watch for fallen rocks. Say that before. Great Plateau Tower. Stealing local information. Broken. Water damage. Regional map extracted.
Try to remember. You have been asleep for the past 100 years. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end.
I don't know if anybody saw like Loki, but it looks a bit like a character of that series.
You must
Spotted.
hurry, Link. Before it's too late.
Too late for what? Follow the Sheikah Slate complete. It'd been nice if there was like a guide or something. Probably have to walk down all the way. I'm down. Big fail, let go. Be fine. Yeah. What now? And then they trick you. One is gone.
Oh!
My mind would have, it would seem we have quite the enigma here, says the man who comes with a kite. This tower and others just like it have erupted across the land one after another. It's almost as though a long dormant power has awoken quite suddenly. If you do not mind me asking, did anything odd occur? No, of course not. I heard a voice, but do I trust this guy? They don't. You need not conceal the truth from me. Truth be told, I saw the whole thing on. Okay, why do you ask them? Although I could not hear anything, I did see you react as if you heard something coming from the direction of the castle. So it doesn't matter what I saw, what I said. Hit the nail on the head, did I? No. And did you happen to recognize this mysterious voice? Okay, let's be honest. No. I see. Well, that's unfortunate. I assume you caught sight of that atrocity enshrouding the castle. That is Calamity Ganon. 100 years ago, that foul entity brought the kingdom of Hyrule to ruin. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. For a century, the very symbol of our kingdom, Hyrule Castle, has managed to contain that evil, but just barely. There it festers, building its strength for the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. It would appear that moment is fast approaching.
Oh.
I must ask you, courageous one, do you intend to make your way to the castle? Yes, of course. I had a feeling you would say that. Here on the isolated plateau, we are surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs with no way down. But why not? You could just climb down, I would imagine. If you were to try to jump off, well, no death could be more certain or more foolish. But you can climb. Okay. Of course, if you had a paraglider, hand it over. Like mine, that would be quite another story. And nah, that's too nice. Oh. Yes, it comes soaring down here on my own feathery wings. You know, worry not, I will happily agree to give you my paraglider, but not for nothing. Of course not. Let's see. How about I trade a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby? Yeah. Okay, I put a quest log. Come, let me show you something. Okay, so it's just following him, and the quest log is like this. The character name is also Old Man. Yeah, I don't have so much time for today, so I really need to save here, and then I also would like to watch some videos during the stream. But at least I could play the beginning of the game. I think that's very nice to do. So I will now switch to the main thing. So I won't do it with a green screen. I think that's a bit annoying. Only if it's like obstructing the view, then I would do it differently. So, but I wanted to look at some videos as an ending. So first I wanted to watch is.
Pokemon has had an incredible ride for the last 20 years or so. It quickly became one of the most popular media franchises in the world with its own video games, anime, and manga.
Louder.
But it hasn't always been smooth sailing. There have been some last-minute decisions that hurt Pokemon, and there have also been plenty of decisions that saved it as well. So today, we're going to take a look at both sides of the story. Unused Pokemon designs. It's no surprise that there have been plenty of unused Pokemon designs over the years, but we never thought we'd actually get to see them. Just recently, fans discovered a bunch of Pokemon from back in Generation 2 that were never used in Pokemon Gold and Silver. They had all these great ideas and nothing to do with them. While there were some terrible concept Pokemon, like that Ditto pre-evolution, what the heck was that thing? A lot of them were actually pretty neat, like the fire...
Cool, like, it's not bad at all. But I thought this was not a Ditto pre-evolution.
What the heck was that thing? A lot of them were actually pretty neat, like the Fire Bear and the totally not Squirtle Turtle. It's kind of sad that they never...
But they used that.
Showed up in Pokemon Gold and Silver, though. We could have had a lot more Pokemon in the already amazing Gen 2 than we thought. The dark side. The Pokemon world may seem like it's all sunshine and rainbows, but we know it's not. The developers might not put it front and center, but there are some shady things going on in Pokemon. Think about it. There wouldn't be so many evil organizations bent on exploiting Pokemon if it was a completely peaceful world. It's actually disappointing that they don't get into the darker and grittier side of Pokemon in the games.
Like the name that he used for Kadabra.
Like disappointing that they don't get into the...
Look, Houdini. Houdini used Ice Punch.
Darker and grittier side of Pokemon in the games. Now, Pokemon did end up adapting to an older audience, which we'll get into later, but they could have done it from the get.
Adapting to an older audience. I'm not so sure about that. I think that the audience just grew up and still did like it.
In Generations 1 and 2, the main bad guys were Team Rocket, but the games never really went into great detail on what they did. They're literally known to steal rare Pokemon and sell them on the black market for a profit. That's textbook criminal activity right there. Another thing we find really odd is that these criminal organizations never mistreat their Pokemon. Now, we're not asking for Pokemon violence or anything like that, but why would an organization that doesn't care about Pokemon treat them so nicely? It just doesn't make much sense, and we're still waiting for a truly evil organization that's done such horrible things. We absolutely despise them for it. We need a villain.
That's a bit weird, I would say. Why would you treat other people bad if you want to do bad things? It's like if you have like a criminal boss that would automatically be bad to its parents or mother. It doesn't make that much sense to me. But it's also a very long introduction for a video that said 5 last-minute changes that hurt Pokemon and 5 that saved it.
To end all villains in Pokemon, but sadly, we'll probably never get it. Stuck in the past. Of course, when the first Pokemon games were released in Japan in 1996, technology wasn't nearly as advanced as it is today. Because of this, Game Freak didn't have many options. They only had a limited amount of space, tools, and hardware at their disposal, but they certainly made the most of them. When we first got our hands on Pokemon Red and Blue in North America in 1998, it was packed as full as it could be. There wasn't even 1 kilobyte of storage left on the cartridge. That's why Pokemon can only learn 4 moves. You can only have 6 of them in your party at a time, and there were only 4 stats. The thing is, when storage sizes got bigger on the Game Boy Advance, DS, and 3DS, all of this stayed the same. Well, everything except the stats, because Special was split into Special Attack and Special Defense, but you get the picture. If Game Freak weren't stuck in their ways, they could have definitely...
But they show Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, but I believe it was at Gold that they did change it. Let me just check very quickly. I say something very silly. Yes, except all. Silver. Okay, let's just do a random one. Yeah, you have yeah, special attack, special defense. Okay, I'm not wrong about that.
But you get the picture. If Game Freak weren't stuck in their ways, they could have definitely increased the amount of moves a Pokemon could learn, and even the amount of Pokemon you could have in your party. We're fine with 5 different stats because you don't need too much of those, but being able to carry 8 Pokemon that could learn 5 moves would have revolutionized the game. That being said, it's a staple at this point, so it won't ever change.
I won't call it a revolution.
Dumbing things down. We've mainly focused on the games thus far, so why not talk about the anime a bit? In episode 25 of the first season, Primeape Goes Bananas, we saw what hands down was one of the funniest moments in the Pokemon anime for all the wrong reasons. Ash was looking down, so Misty asks him if he'd like to have a donut because it always cheers her up, but she's holding a rice ball. After this, Brock talks about how he loves jelly-filled donuts, but he's holding a bunch of rice balls. What the heck is going on over here? Rice balls aren't even remotely similar to jelly-filled donuts. Come on! This is an obvious instance where the US studio thought kids weren't smart enough to know what a rice ball was, because those are so foreign to all of
I would not consider it like that. Children are not smart enough. I thought that the reasoning behind it was very different. That they wanted to choose something more familiar.
us. Everyone knows what a rice ball is, and even if kids don't, they're natural.
And I remember it as a child. I had no clue what a rice ball was as a child. Because I have not grown up.
Curious and would ask their parents, making
Those
them
kinds
learn
of
something
things.
new. But nope. Instead, the US studio dumbed things down for their audience. If you're gonna call them donuts, at least edit that one scene so they're actually donuts. It would have been easier just to call them rice balls, but by challenging it, it actually complicated matters and probably left kids scratching their heads trying to snap out of their confusion.
No.
The Poke Rap. Oh yeah, you know exactly what the Poke Rap was. It was the cringiest song ever created, but man, did every 90s kid sing along to it like it was the greatest hit of its generation. For those of you who didn't know what the Poke Rap was, consider yourselves lucky. Very, very lucky. For starters, the rap was
Didn't
way too
have,
long.
like,
It was long
mistakes?
as an actual song and would play at the end of every episode. We'd rather have 3 minutes more of the anime, thank you very much. But instead, we get the Poke Rap. They tried to rhyme every few Pokemon, but it really didn't flow that well. The chorus was super catchy, but other than that, it was pretty bad. Looking back at it now, we also realized it was chock full of errors. Pictures of each Pokemon they mentioned in the rap would show up on screen, but sometimes they didn't even show the right Pokemon. We have no idea why they were labeled as their evolved form, but we think that editor should have been out of a job a long time ago. Overall, though, it probably didn't hurt that much, because most people didn't even notice the error. We appreciate the effort they put into making the song, though.
I never saw it as a child.
Simplifying the mechanics. While expanding sounds like the right way to go, it isn't always the best choice. Sometimes dumbing things down actually does work, as long as you don't dumb things down so much you're essentially insulting the intelligence of your fans like they did in the anime. While we love all of the EV and IV training involved in Pokemon, and we're huge fans of the competitive scene, sometimes it can get a bit intense and you just want to relax and have a more casual experience. This is exactly why we love Pokemon Let's Go so much. Simplifying the mechanics was the smartest decision the Pokemon Company made. After the success of Pokemon Go and the Nintendo Switch, it made sense to combine the two with Pokemon Let's Go. They used it as an opportunity to pull fans of the original games and Pokemon Go players back into the fray, and it worked. They simplified the catching mechanics so you don't battle and weaken Pokemon. You just chuck Pokeballs at them
I did enjoy
accurately
it.
until you catch them or they run away. The berry feature is also interesting because it allows you to quickly have an overpowered Pokemon. In fact, Redditor Zerdolurian beat the Elite Four with a level 3 Magikarp just because of all the berries it was fed. That being
Like I would still like a Pokemon Gold or Silver remake of Let's Go. I would really enjoy that.
said, we don't want every game to be this easy moving forward.
With 2 regions, of course.
Gorochu. There's no doubt that Pikachu's one of the most iconic mascots in the video game world. He's right up there with Mario, Master Chief, and Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, before all those 3D games ruined his name. Anyway, Pikachu's the poster child of Pokemon, and everyone loves the cute electric mouse. Just one Pika, and we just can't help but go, "Aww," and wish we had a Pikachu of our own in real life. Despite not being able to evolve in Pokemon Yellow because Pikachu was already overpowered in that game, he does have an evolution in Raichu, as well as a pre-evolution in Pichu, so there's already 3 Pokemon in its family. But supposedly there was going to be a 4th. Have you ever looked at Raichu and said, he should get an evolution? Yeah, we didn't either. But Game Freak certainly did. There was supposed to be a 3rd evolution known as Gorochu, which is an absolutely terrible name. And it had sharp fangs and teeth. It was supposed to be a badass Raichu, but it ended up looking like some red demon electric mouse thing. Ugh.
Yeah, looks a bit evil.
No more unused designs. Junichi Masuda, who has been with Game Freak since it all started, and has been arguably the most important figure in the Pokemon franchise. On his personal blog, he talked about the way he and his team design Pokemon, and it's incredible. According to him, when they design a new Pokemon, they do their best not to throw the designs in the trash and scrap it. Even the first designs are kept because, who knows, with a bit of polishing, it might inspire a new Pokemon someday down the line. They also never stop at a first draft. They keep improving on it until it's finally up to snuff and ready to be put into the game. With all that being said, you bet they kept all those drafts of unused Pokemon from Generation 2 and ended up releasing improved versions of these Pokemon in later games. It's a unique take on the design process, and this no man left behind mentality, or no Pokemon left behind in this case, is refreshing. It means there are no bad ideas, just those that need a bit more work. We think this is a big factor in Pokemon's continued success. Releasing games simultaneously. Believe it or not, the Pokemon video games aren't as accessible as you think. Each country or region has its own set of methods and procedures the game needs to go through before it could finally hit store shelves. Because of this and a few other reasons we don't have the time to get into, the Pokemon games end up getting released all over the world at different dates over the course of a year or two. This system has been changing over the years, but a lot of games made by Japanese developers do tend to be released there first, even if it's only a few days early. The thing is, for the Pokemon games, they were being released 4 to 6 months earlier in Japan, so they knew things had to change. The first 5 generations of Pokemon games were released in Japan months earlier than the rest of the world. Only in Generation 6, with the release of Pokemon X and Y, did we finally get to see both versions of the game released worldwide on the same date. Adapting to an older audience. There's no doubt that Pokemon franchise is targeted towards children. Sure, those of all ages can enjoy the games, but it was initially made for children, and they'll always make sure that children can enjoy Pokemon games. That'll never change, and we're firm believers that all animation should be written with both the young and old in mind. As you know, it didn't start off that way for the Pokemon games. The early games were obviously targeted for younger audiences. Pokemon Black and White not only introduced us to great new characters, plots, and ideas in the games, but even in the anime we noticed things were getting a bit more PG-13 and less G-rated. It wasn't a drastic change, but it was enough for us to take note. By adapting to their audience, Pokemon was able to bring in some new people into the fold. This was a promotional thing. Once Pokemon gets a hold of you, oh, there's no escape. It can now be enjoyed by everyone because it's no longer viewed as something only kids do. One of us, one of us. And those.
But yeah, it's just very complicated because if you targeted it for children, it's going to sell well better with toys and like those add-ons, if I may call it like that. It makes like way more sense. And maybe nowadays the older audience also does buy how do you call those, like figures or like smaller objects. But still, I think it works better for like a younger audience to target them for like birthdays, or they want more of those things. They probably are like peer pressured that they want things from what other children also have. So you have to make it for a mature audience. There's probably like a market. Interesting. Sadly enough, I don't have time anymore to watch like the official trailers. It's already been over an hour that I'm streaming right now. I would really have liked to watch these videos also. I did like it a lot when I saw it like last week live. I'm a bit disappointed with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, how it did come off. Did not really got me into the special feeling. But with Pokemon Legends Arceus, I really got like surprised how it was looking. It does look really like the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, like what I was just playing with the style. And also the new Pokemon. You can fly around with the Stantler. But the Stantler was not a regional, but it was an evolution even, if I'm correct. The Growlithe did look a bit oh, let's see if I can find it. There was like a Growlithe, but somewhere. It's amazing. Always if you want to find something, you cannot find it. It was a very short moment also. But there was like a Growlithe, but it did look a bit odd. to be honest. And Ursaring, like those evil Pokemon, as you can see, like there's an icon. No clue what that means, but maybe something like that you need to purify them, like as in Pokemon Go, or like the older game at on the GameCube it was. I forgot the name of that. Maybe it's like Shadow Pokemon or something like that. It will be. So it should be interesting. And you have to make your here it is. Like this is not like the best design. I saw like some memes coming passing by with like it looks like a judge with its hair. Like the judge in the sense of like in a court case, like the old wigs that they were wearing. But yeah, overall, I cannot watch it completely right now. You need to stop. But I'm more hyped now for the Pokemon Legends Arceus that comes out next year. So first we have the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And I will also play that. I only don't know if I will play it immediately on the release this time. But yeah, it was a short stream today. I will leave it on YouTube so that you can watch it actually back if you missed it, because I never communicate things very well when I'm going to stream. This was like a surprise. I was like, why not stream today? I have some time. I want to play the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I did that. I did like it. I don't get the hype so far with what people were saying. It did not really get me into it that much. But still, it's a nice experience. Okay, well, I'm going to end it right now. Well, let me know if there's some feedback, if things are a bit different right now. Maybe you don't like it with the extra camera that I have. Maybe you just want one camera. You can always give me feedback, and don't hesitate to be critical about certain things. I really don't mind. If you have like more questions or you want to get in contact with me, you can go to the Discord channel that we have. At the end, you will see the name, and on our YouTube channel, and I believe on Twitch also, you can get an invite if you're interested in that. But for now, I will play a Zelda song to leave it. Let's do Zelda and chill. Yeah, that's good. Okay, thank you for watching, and maybe till next time. Bye bye.